Right. Okay. So we will start and continue. But before continuing the session, I want to give you a few important notices. Right. Um, so can someone remember Nuan Kalum? Can you all can one of you remember? Uh, we are in which week? Can you remember? Uh, I mean, this week I think it is it 13th or 12th. No idea. I mean, if we take the last week as well, like where we cover 1 hour session, I will do the remaining 1 hour later. But if you count the last week as well, and can someone, I mean, anyone, do you have any idea about which week we are on? No. 15th. Um, is it the 15th week? I'm not sure, that I'm asking. Um, uh, right. So I think there are yeah. So I think there are 9 videos in the YouTube, right? So if you keep a track on from YouTube, so we have 9 videos in the YouTube, right? So last week I didn't upload it, but if I count that one also, that means it's 10 weeks, right? And we conducted 1 week in the university, so that adds it up to 11, right? And I think today is the 12th one, right? Isn't it? What do you think? Right? So it's like this now. I think you can share, I mean, you can see a white screen, right? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now in YouTube, yeah, in YouTube, uh, we have we have 9 videos, right? 9 videos, and last week what we missed, that's 1 week, and I will do the remaining. I mean, one. I mean, we have to conduct 1 hour. I will conduct it later, but I will count it here as well. And today, uh, one, and so YouTube has nine videos. That means 9 weeks and 11. And in campus, we conducted one, uh, as I can remember, 1 week. So altogether, this adds up to 12 weeks. 12 weeks. That means, simply what this means is that your module is 45 hours module, right? And so we have conducted up to 12 now. I'm not sure, but this can be more, but as per the record, now it's 12 weeks. Then at the end, 12 weeks තමයි දැන්ට තියෙන මේවා අනුව මට මතක විදිහට 12 weeks තමයි කරලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට we have like 12 into 2, right? So 12 into 2, that means 24, right? So we have like 20 hours more to be conducted, right? 20 hours more to be conducted. Understood, right? 20 hours more. Here it's this adds up to 24. So 24 minus 44 minus 24, 20 hours more. We have 20 hours more. So what we are going to do now, we will have 8 hours, right? So we have another remaining part, right? One remaining part, and that's simply about a topic called microcontrolling, right? Microcontrolling, right? So let me like, okay, remaining topics, right? Remaining topics. So what we have is simply we have one topic, actually two topics here. One called operator overloading, and this will be 2 hours. And we have another topic called file operations, and this will be 4 hours, right? File operations will be 4 hours, and file operations plus some kind of a revision, probably, I think. Some kind of a revision, yeah. Then we have another topic, a very important topic, a major topic of your module called microcontrolling. Microcontrolling, and this is we are going to do with Arduino. And here in this topic we have like labs, and labs we have 8-hour lab, right? We have 8 hours of labs, right? And I will take lectures online for like 6 hours probably, right? 6 hours. And so I think yeah, yeah. So these things I'm going to mark, right? These things. So this is like 6 hours, and here another 6 hours, right? So this also like 6 hours, 12 hours. That means this is 6 days, right? 6 days. We have to conduct like 6 days, like this is that means 12 hours, right? And plus this one, 8-hour, we can finish the module like that, right? But thing is now this part will be done in campus after the face-to-face conduction is started, right? So that's something that we are going to do after the campus starts, and that will be done in your labs, right? Probably electronics lab, we have to do this practical sessions, 8 hours practical for microcontrolling, where this is going to be done after the campus is started. I mean the face-to-face conduction is started, right? Campus පටන් ගත්තාම තමයි මේ part එක අපි cover කරන්න හිතාගෙන ඉන්නේ. But we have like operator overloading, file operations, right? and plus the revision and the online lectures. I mean, for the mic controlling, 3 lectures, right? So this will be 3 lectures. Three lectures, which adds up to 6 hours, right? So this is the plan, right, that we are working on. So we have like 12 hours to be conducted more online, right? 12 hours, that means 6 days we have to probably conduct. So I think we will be able to now, we have yeah, so we have 1 more week in December, so that simply 5 days, then we probably conduct the remaining on January, right? Probably we can finish up in January, assuming that you don't have any exams on January, right? Assuming, but if the exams comes, we will do something about that. But this is how it's done, right? So another 6 days are to be conducted, right? 6 more days to be conducted, right? 6 more days. Right? 6 more days are to be conducted.
Sir, do we do lectures tomorrow evening?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
Sir, do we do lectures tomorrow evening session?
Yeah, is it possible when?
1:30 to 5:30. We don't have any lecture.
1:30 to 5:30. So shall we take like 3:30 to 5:30?
So
Sure. Can you do it?
we'll let you know, sir. I'll ask from the
Okay, right. So
bench.
yeah, it's possible for me to conduct from 3:30 to 5:30. So please let me know the possibility, right? So if it is like possible, I can conduct a lecture on 3:30 to from 3:30 to 5:30. It's possible for me, right?
Okay,
Okay.
sir. I'll let you know.
Okay, sure. Thanks. Yeah, so this is the plan. I think now can you, Nuan and Callum, if you there, Callum is there, can you please let me know, is there any uh, mistake here, like the number of weeks that we have
It's
uploaded?
okay, sir. It's okay, sir. I checked.
Okay. So conduct. So I think now 9 videos are there. So the thing is sometimes I mean the videos might be missing, right? සමහරට මම video upload කරලා නැති video තියෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මම videos වලින් තමයි 9 weeks කියලා හිතුවේ. මොකක් හරි ඔයාලට තව පොඩ්ඩක් බලලා check කරලා video upload කරන්න බැරි වෙන videos තියෙනවා. එහෙම බලලා කොහොම හරි මට අවසානට දැන් මේ වෙද්දි කරලා තියෙන weeks ටික numbers ටික තිබ්බනම් ඇති පොඩ්ඩක් check කරලා බලන්න, double check කරලා බලන්න. මම හිතන විදිහට මෙහෙම තමයි තියෙන්නේ, right? පොඩ්ඩක් එක check කරලා බලන්න, right? Okay, so anyway, we will have like 8 hours in the campus and 6 more lectures for mic controlling, and we have like 6 more hours for our normal C++ things, right? So C++ coding, we spend 6 hours, and we have to spend another 6 hours for mic controlling, and thereafter the in-campus labs will be. Also, when I discussed with Miss Samantha, she said that after the campus, I mean, somehow if the online conduction starts, then only we are going to conduct these labs. Otherwise, we can't, like, no use of doing the labs online, right? Since you have to get the hands-on experience on the labs. Okay, so that's the target, and yeah. So I think it's better if I can. Yeah, it's better if I can save this, and yeah, so let me send this to you all through the chat. Sorry, not this one, not this one. The first one is not the one I wanted to send. This is the one I want to send. Okay, right. Great. So I think you are familiar with this, and I think please check this thing whether this is true or not. I mean, not true, like it is, right? So this is the number of hours that we have conducted up to now. Please check it and let me know if it is correct, right? Okay. Yeah. So then, okay. Right. So let me get this one back. Okay. So I think we implemented this last time, right? The rectangle class where we had this kind of elements, right? Width, length, area, and the rectangle constructor and the cal area function. And then we have a function called add, right? And the in detail explanation of this question was given, like what we wanted here, a constructor which takes two parameters as the input, and they should be assigned into the width and the length respectively, right? So what we did was we implemented, let me show you, right? So actually the perimeter is not required here, but right. Right. So we have a class here. Now this is what we discussed last time, as I can remember, right? So you asked to create a rectangle.h and a rectangle.cpp for the purpose of holding width, length, and area of a rectangle shape by following the class declaration given in the table. So we have like two data members, width, length, and area. And then we had a constructor which takes two parameters from the main, and then we have a function called void cal area. Then another function was there, like this add, right? Okay, but here what we did, I mean, before going on to that, let's take this example. Here you can see that we have okay, the parameter, I mean the data members, length, width, and area. So we have the length, width, and the area here, and thereafter we have the constructor, the rectangle constructor, and thereafter we have like two methods called cal area and print details, right? And here we have I mean, this is not what I asked there, but let's use this this function, right? Okay, so here the constructor simply, as the standard definition, which takes two parameters from the main and assign them into the data members, the length and width, right? Then we have the cal area. Once the cal area is called, simply what happens, the area becomes the length into width, right? So that's the obvious thing, and that's what we did, right? And then we had something like this, okay, rectangle, print details, which prints all the details about the object, the length, width, and area. So it prints the length, width, and the area, right? So then this add, right? So this add method, what was the plan? Simply, okay, so that let's say that you have two rectangles like this and then this. So if you have two rectangles like this, so the add method simply, okay, so let's say that right, so let's say that this is R1, the rectangle, sorry, the rectangle 1, and let's say this is rectangle 2, and we have the length 1 here and the width 1 here and length 2 here, width 2 here, right? So length 1 and width 1, right? So when I call it like this, okay, R1 dot add R2, right? R1 dot add R2. r1 dot add r2. So what this actually, I mean, what this should do, it should do something like this, that our, right? So our r1 should become like this. R1 should become like, okay, sorry, now. Yeah, so width 1 plus width 2 and the L1 plus L2, right? So this is what should happen, that like when we have two rectangle objects and if I call it like, okay, R1 dot add R2, right? When I call it like R1 dot add R2, R1 dot add R2, this is what should happen. අපි හිතමු දැන් මෙහෙම තමයි වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා. R1 dot add R2 කියලා කෝල් කළාම R2 එකතු වෙන්න ඕනේ R1 ට එකතු වෙලා මෙන්න මෙහෙම එකක් හැදෙන්න ඕනේ. So that's the purpose of the addition function. Yes, the length and width should be changed, and yes, the length and width should be changed. So how it should actually be done is the width of the R1 rectangle to the width, we have to add the width of the R2, and for the length of the R1, the length of R2 should be added, right? So that was the simple idea, right? So that was what we expected from this add function. මේක තමයි අපි මේ add function එකෙන් expect කරන්නේ, right? This one. This is what we simply expect from the add function, right? Right? Got it? Right? Okay, so then what we did was, right? What we did was we implemented the a function called void add, and to this function, the input parameter or the argument, we are going to take a rectangle object. Then මේ add කියන function එකට අපි ගන්න කෙලින්ම rectangle object එකක් gediya පිටින්, right? So you are going to take a whole rectangle object, right? It can be done, it's possible, right? So now you can see like, okay, now මේක තේරෙනවනේ ඔයාලට, මේ rectangle කියන එකට ගන්න float එක variable එකක් ගන්නවා, තව float variable එකක් ගන්නවා. ඉතින් මෙතනට නෑ floating string නෑ, මෙතනට කෙලින්ම ගන්නවා directly a rectangle object. A rectangle object is directly taken here, right? So that means when you are going to call the add function, right, you can call it like this. Okay, add, you can pass a rectangle object to that. ඒකට rectangle object එකක් වාට දාන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන් කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. It's not like not restricted, like only functions can only take integers, floats, strings, chars. No restrictions like that, right? So you can pass anything to a function, but the most important thing that you have, like, okay, if you want to pass a rectangle object like R2 here, there should be an appropriate argument declared here. දැන් මෙතනින් R2 කියලා rectangle object එකක් එවනවා නම් ඉතින් ඒක ගන්න හරියන එක්කෙනෙක් මෙතනට දාලා තියන්න ඕනේ. So that's the only requirement, right? That's the only requirement. Otherwise you can do that, right? Understood? Otherwise you can simply do that. Got it? Okay. Now, right. So what this simply does, right? What this simply does, it takes the R2 and you call it like R1 dot add, right? R1 dot add, right? So that means you are going inside to the add function of R1 object. Then R1 dot add කියලා ඔයා call කරද්දී යන්නේ R1 ගේ ඇතුළට. මේක බොහොම සාමාන්‍ය දෙයක්. මේවා අපි දැන් දන්නවා. We have been coding in this object oriented programming for like while now, right? So you know, when we had like simply a class is like a blueprint. If you go to the basics, you know, a class is like a blueprint. Whatever the object that you are going to create from that class will be the physical object, right? So each and every object, they have their own methods, they have their own variables. I mean the data members. R1 කියලා හැදුවොත් R1 ට වෙනම length එකක් width එකක් area එකක් එනවා, R1 ට වෙනම rectangle cal area perimeter add කියලා functions ටිකක් R1 ට වෙනම එනවා, R2 ටත් වෙනම එනවා, right? So simply what we do is we call R1.add. That means we call to the R1 function now, right? So okay, so let's say R1.cal area, right? So what it mean by R1.cal area? මොකක්ද දැන් R1.cal area කිව්වම ඔයා දන්නවා. Okay, this is what happens, right? The area is equal to length into width. දැන් මේ වෙලාවේ area කියන්නේ කාගේ area එකද? length කියන්නේ කාගේ area එකද? width කියන්නේ කාගේ area එකද? කාගේ width එකද? Yes, right? So the area, now if you call it like okay, R1.cal area, or R1.cal area කියලා කිව්වොත් එහෙම මේ area එක කාගේ area එකද? Yes, yes, can yes. දැන් මෙතන අපි R1.cal area කිව්වහම මෙතන මේ area කියන්නේ කාගේ area length width කියන්නේ කාගේ area length width? Yes, I mean a very fundamental question I'm asking. So my question was again, okay, R1.cal area. So we call the cal area method of R1. So it simply goes here, right? So this area, this length and this width. Okay. So what do you mean by area? What do you mean by length? And what do you mean by width? So, I mean, these are which objects? Data members. Yes, yeah, exactly. It's R1 now. Why don't you, I mean, give answers now? These are very fundamental things. I mean, can't you understand this? Or simply are you watching a movie or having your lunch and doing something else? Right? So I'm quite happy, like, I'm quite pleased when you are answering the question. So then I can feel like, okay, you are here, right? I mean, you are with the lecture, right? Otherwise now it gets quite boring when I'm doing this, right? So if you are not answering question, I just feel like I'm just, right? I'm just talking to me in front of a monitor, right? In front of monitors, right? So I feel like that. So I actually like if it is, if you can make this interactive, right? So if you can give me answers, right? If you can't understand, let it know, let me know that, right? As well, right? But it's quite boring. I mean, for you all, it's fine since you can hear what I'm saying. You can watch the video. But for me, when I'm doing this, if you don't give answers, or if I feel like you are not active here, so that is quite uncomfortable for me, right? Got it, right? Okay. So now you know that, like, when we call it like R1.cal area, here this function will be called. So the area is like R1.area equals to R1.length, like R1 length and R1 into R1 width, right? So if you call like R1.2.cal area, that means, okay, R1.2 area equals R2 length into R2 width, right? Okay. So similarly, what we do here, R1.add R2. So what's the purpose? As you can see in the screen, right? The purpose of doing this is simply to add the length of the object passed here to the length of the R1, right? මෙතන පාස් කරන ඔබ්ජෙක්ට් එකේ length එක මෙයාගේ length එකට එකතු කරන්න ඕනේ. මෙතන පාස් කරන ඔබ්ජෙක්ට් එකේ width එක R1 ගේ width එකට එකතු කරන්න ඕනේ. මෙතන පාස් කරන area R2 ගේ area එක R1 ගේ area එකට එකතු කරන්න ඕනේ. Right? So that's what we should do, right? So that's what also done here, right? So can you see now? What do you mean by length? Now here what happens simply? Here what happens? So this will be passed here. Right? So that means now rect is R2. Right? Okay. So what do you mean by length? Which object's length? මේ length කියන්නේ කාගේ length එකද? Yes. Okay, so the length means which object's length. මේ length කියන්නේ which object's length. කාගේ length එකද? Okay, R1's length. And rect dot length means what? Which one's length? Now in this example. Yes, okay, so that's R2's length, right? So we add the R1 length with the R2 length, right? We add the R1 length with R2 length, right? Then added them together and we assign it simply to the length. So that means we add the R1 length together with R2 length and we assign it to the R1 length. Length කියන්නේ අයි අපි. Yes.
පල්ලෙහා දැන් 50 row එකේ row number 50 එකේ R1 plus R1.r2 කියලා කියනවනේ.
ඔව්.
එතනින් ඒ දෙක ඇඩ් කරාම එතන rect වලට යනකොට ඒ දෙක ඇඩ් වෙලා නෙමෙයිද යන්නේ?
නෑ මෙහෙමයි. දැන් මේ add කියන්නේ function එක. function එකේ නම. ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක නම් cal area වගේ තමයි function එකේ නම මේ call කරන්නේ අපි.
ඔව්.
right? එතන function එක ඇතුලේ අපි තමයි implement කරන්නේ. දැන් මේ cal area කියන එක ඇත්තටම area එක calculate කරන හැබැයි අපි තමයි area එක calculate කරන්නේ. මේක නිකන් just නමක්. ඒ කියන්නේ උදාහරණයක් විදියට ඔයා මෙතනට මෙහෙම දැම්මොත් මේක නිකන් හරියට මේ වගේ මේ. තේනවද? මේ function එකේ නම තමයි මෙතන මේ call කරන්නේ අපි. right? එතකොට දැන්
R1.r2 කිව්වා මේ දෙක එකට එකතු වෙන්නේ නැහැ මෙතනදී.
නෑ මෙහෙමයි දැන් ඒ කියන්නේ මම ඒක තමයි මේ කියන්නේ දැන් අපි add කියන එක අපි දාගත්ත customize නමක්නේ ඒ වුණාට ඒක just function එකක් මොකක් හරි function එකක් right ඒක අපි තමයි implement කරන්න ඕනේ දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට මේ add කියලා මම මෙතන දාලා තියෙන හින්දායි මේක add කියලා අපි call කරන්නේ නැත්තම් මේක මෙතන මෙහෙම දැම්මොත් එහෙම ඔයා මේ නමින් තමයි මෙතන call කරන්න ඕනේ ඒ කියන්නේ function එකේ නමින් මොකක් කමක් නැහැ function එකේ නමින් මෙතන call කරන්න ඕනේ right එතකොට ඒ ෆන්ක්ෂන් එක කෝල් වුණාම ඇතුලේ වෙන්න ඕන එක අපි තමයි ලියන්න ඕනේ. දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදියට අපි මෙතන හරි ඇඩ් කියලා තියෙනවා. කමක් නැහැ මේක දාගමු. දැන් හිතන්න මෙතන කැල් ඒරියා කියලා අපි තියනකොට අපි ගාව තමයි ඒක ඉම්ප්ලිමන්ට් කරන්න තියෙන මේක තියෙන. ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට පුළුවන් හරි ඕනනම් මේක මෙහෙම කරොත් එහෙනම් මොකද වෙන්නේ? එහෙනම් අපි තමයි හරියට ඩිෆයින් කරන්නේ. දැන් මෙතන මෙහෙම ඩිෆයින් කළොත් එහෙම ඒරියා එක බිඳුව වෙනවා. එතකොට කැල් ඒරියා කෝල් කළා කියලා ඒරියා එක කැල්කියුලේට් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. දැන් මෙතන cal area call කරා කියලා මේ cal area කියන එකේ meaning එකක් නැහැ. ඒ cal area කියන්නේ අපි දෙන නමක්. function එකකට අපි දෙන නමක්, right? මේ function එක ඇතුලේ වෙන දේෙන් තමයි ඒක meaning එක එන්නේ ඇත්තට. මේ function එක ඇතුලේ වෙන දේ අපි තමයි implement කරන්න ඕනේ. Right? So we have to implement it correctly. So this is just a name, right? දැන් මෙතන add කියලා තිබ්බ කියලා add කියන නමෙන් තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ මේක add වෙනවා කියලා නේ. අපි ඒක කරන්න ඕනේ. අපි function එක ඇතුලේ හරි add එක call කළාම ඒ ඇඩ් වෙන එක අපි කරන්න ඕනේ. දැන් මෙතනත් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට cal area කියලා කෝල් කරනකොට cal area කෝල් කළාම area එක calculate කරන එක අපි manually කරන්න ඕනේ. right? මේක නිකන් අර sense එක දෙන්න දාපු නමක් විතරයි. right? sense එක දෙන්න දාපු නමක් විතරයි. කියන්නේ උදාහරණයක් විදිහට ඔයා මෙතන මෙහෙම නමක් දැම්මොත් cal area එකට එතකොට මෙතනත් ඒ නම එන්නේ. මෙන්න මේ මෙතනටත් ඒ නමක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට ඔයාට කොහේ හරි මෙන්න මේ වැඩේ කරගන්න ඕන නම් ඔයා cal area කියලා නෙමෙයි දැන් කෝල් කරනවනේ මෙන්න මෙහෙම. තේරෙනවද? ඒතර මේක රන් කරලා බලුවොත් තාමත් මේක වැඩ අර කැල් ඒරියා කියන්නේ අපි නිකන් මේ මීනින් එකක් එන්න දාගන්න ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකට නමක් right නැත්තම් තාම ඒරියා එක කැල්කියුලේට් නෑ දැන් අපි මෙහෙම කිසිම තේරුමක් නැති නමක් දැම්මත් ඒරියා එක කැල්කියුලේට් වෙනවා ඒ ඒරියා එක කැල්කියුලේට් වෙන්නේ කැල් ඒරියා කියන නම හින්දා නෙමෙයි right so the cal area name just a name cal area won't do anything what what happens is now when you are going to call this function whatever the name you are given right so the definition actually important this is what important the function definition the inside the function that we have implement some operation so that operation is the most important thing not the name so it doesn't mean like cal area is going to calculate the area or add is going to add no it won't happen you have to always define what to be done inside the data I remember function definition right member function definition එක ඇතුලේ ඔයා දාන්න ඕනේ මොකද්ද වෙන්න ඕනේ කියලා right
එතකොට අයිස r dot කියලා දාන්නේ නේද r1 dot කියලා දාන්නේ එතන
මෙතනද
ඔව්
ඔව් දැන් මෙතන අපි ඇයි මේ r1 dot cal area කියලා දාන්නේ අපි මේ ඇයි r1 dot cal area කියලා දාන්නේ ඒ කියන්නේ මේකේ
r1 එකට cal area call කරනවා
අන්න හරි r1 ගේ cal area කියන method එක call කරනවා හරි ඒකනේ කරන්නේ හරි එතකොට දැන් ඔයාලට අපිට පේනවා දැන් මෙතන මේ තියෙන්නේ දැන් මේ add කියන්නේත් normal method එකක් function එකක් නේ ඒ කියන්නේ මේක නිකන් normal member function එකක් මේ cal area print details වගේම තමයි add කියන්නේත් function එකක්
function name එක
ඔව් function name එක තමයි add කියන්නේ එතකොට ඔයා දන්නවා සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මෙයාගේ member function එකක් call කරන්න නම් r1 dot කියලා තමයි අපි call කරන්නේ r1 dot whatever the member function name or r1 dot මොකක් හරි අපි call කරනනේ function එකේ නම දැන් මෙතනත් එහෙමයි මේ r1 ගේ add කියන function එක call කරන්නේ පැහැදිලිද r1 ගේ add කියන function එක call කරන්න හැබැයි මේ function එක call කරද්දී ඒක ඇතුළට මොකද්ද අපි යවන්නේ අපි r2 යවනවා right තේරෙනවද දැන් මේක
r1 ම දැම්මොත් අතන්ට යනකොට r1 plus එකක් වෙනවා
ඔව් එතකොට දැන් මෙතන මොකක් හරි කමක් නැහැ ඔය ඔබ්ජෙක්ට් එක දාන විතර r1 දැම්මොත් ඉතින් r1 දෙකක් එකතු වෙනවා එතකොට
r1 ඩබල් කරන්න ඕන නම් අපිට මෙතනම r1 දාලා යවන්න පුළුවන් අතන
අනිවාර්යෙන් එතකොට ඔයාලට මෙතන r1 දැම්මොත් එහෙම r1 ම ආපහු r1 ට එකතු වෙනවා right ඒක දැන් මෙතන වෙන්නේ කියන්නේ දැන් මෙතන මේක කිසිම වෙනසක් නැහැ the only difference like මෙතන තියෙන එකම වෙනස මේ දැන් මේකත් cal area print details වගේම තමයි add කියන්නේත් අපේ user defined function එකක් function defined by the user this is a user defined function but the only difference is that it takes a rectangle object as the parameter function එක call කරද්දී rectangle object එකක් මෙයාට ගන්න පුළුවන් ඒක තමයි තියෙන එකම වෙනස නැත්නම් මේක normal function එකක්ම තමයි right so this is a normal function actually right the only difference is that it takes a rectangle object when the function is or the method is called that's the only difference here right so what happens as I mentioned earlier when we call it like this okay this r2 will be passed here and it will be saved in the rectangle so what we are doing actually simply right so we equal like okay length right equal length plus now you can see like you know that we call it r1 dot so that means it's inside the r1's add function then r1 dot කිව්වහම r1 dot add කිව්වහම යන්නේ r1 ගේ add කියන method එක ඇතුළට right r1 ගේ add කියන method එක ඇතුළට ඒතර r1 ගේ ඇතුලේ මොකද වෙන්නේ දැන් මේ ඉන්නේ r1 ගේ add කියන method එක ඇතුළේ ඒතර length කියන්නේ r1 ගේ length එක මේ length කියන්නේ r1 ගේ length ඒතර r1 ගේ එකට rec dot length add කරනවා what do you mean by rec dot length r2 this is yeah we pass r2 here so r2 length is added to r1 length and it will be equal to the r1 length similarly width and area right so everything will be added I have a small question right so you know that these are private members the length and area so private is means what right from the outside of the class you can't access those members right neda class එක එළියෙන් access කරන්න බෑ කියලා කියන්නේ නේද මතකද right private කියලා දාපුවාම class එකෙන් එළිය access කරන්න බෑ. එතකොට අපිට මේ rec.length කියලා මෙතන access කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? සාමාන්‍යයෙන් private data members දැන් length width area කියන්නේ private data members. Private කියන එක අර්ථය තමයි define කරලා තියෙන්නේ. So once it declared private, my question is, can you call it, can you access them here? Private data members definition එක මොකද්ද? Private data members can be accessed only inside the class. Yes? So can you access it here?
No, we can't access.
Right? What I mean, like, okay, you can't do it like this. R1 dot width. Can you do it like this? මෙහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන්ද? First day in OOP we discuss about these things, right? We can't do it like this, right? So since if you run this, you are going to get an error, and it specifically says float rectangle is private. Float rectangle is rectangle width is private. That means you can't access it from the main, right? Once you declared some data member private, that could be accessed only from inside the class. Okay, my question, so when you are going to do it like this, it gives you error, right? That means you can't access that data members which declared private. Private kia declare කරලා තියෙන data members ලා access කරන්න බෑ main එකේ. නැත්තම් class එකෙන් එළිය. My question, okay, so can we do it like this here? R2.length, R2.width, R2.area, can we access it from here? Yes or no? Yes? Yes or no?
We cannot access it.
Okay, we can't access, let's say. Okay. Others, what do you think? Private data member එකක් කියන්නේ class එක ඇතුලේ විතරයි යාල access කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ rec.length, rec.width නැත්නම් r1.length, r1.width ඒවා කියලා access කරන්න පුළුවන් class එක ඇතුලෙන් විතරයි. Yes, what do you think? Others, what do you think? Can it be done here or not? Yes or no? I mean, not need to be a perfect answer, right? Just to confirm your attendance, can you please provide me an answer, yes or no? No. Yes, by using a constructor. No, actually we can't. Yeah, okay, good. Now, thanks for your response, but it can be accessed here. Why? Right? Now, what's the definition? If I go back to the private data members, probably is the not this one, not probably that one. Right, one important thing before doing this, now I think you have the access, sorry. I think you all have access to this one, right? So the thing here is that we have the materials here, right? So the things are available, but some of the weeks are missing, but the thing is, we are doing the same thing for the weekday batch as well, right? So in the weekday batch, I think most of it is available. So if you want to get the codes, you can get these codes from the weekday batch as well, right? So weekday batch as well, you can get the materials, right? Got it? So let me share it with you, right? So if some of the materials are not available for in the week end batch, right? You can probably sometimes you may find them in the week day batch as well. Weekend එකේ දැන් ඔයාලගේ එකේ සමහර materials නැත්නම් ඒවා weekday එකේ තියෙනවා, right? So weekday එකනොත් ඔයාලා ගන්න පුළුවන්, right? Weekday එකනොත් ගන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ, right? So please have a look on those materials. Okay. Yes. Anyway, now what I wanted to discuss was this one, right? Private. A private member variable or function cannot be accessed or even viewed from outside the class. Only the class and the friend functions can access the private members, right? So why I then, when it defined like that, I say that it can be accessed from here since what? You are inside the class, isn't it? Now, what it simply says, a private member variable or function cannot be accessed or even viewed from the outside class. Only the class and friend functions can access it. So it simply says, okay, from here you can access it since you are inside the class, me. You are inside the class. You are inside the class rectangle, right? Here, see, you are inside the rectangle class. So inside the rectangle class, you can call them like rectangle dot width, rectangle dot area, rectangle dot length likewise. Understood, right? Got the idea, right? Right? Okay. Now, anyway, what happens, right? So now everything you know, when you are going to pass R2 here, that length and that width and everything will be added to length, width and area, right? So that will be done. And here we have printed, okay, we have declared R1 and R2 first, and then we cal area, I mean, we call the cal area, and then we print the R1 and R1 print details and R2 print details. Then we call like R1 dot add R2. Then again, we check R1 dot print details. So that means now this is after the addition, so we can check whether it's done correctly from here, right? So if you run this one, you can see, okay, it's done perfectly, right? It's done perfectly. 10 length, 10 plus 5, 15. So new R2, right? R2 new, 15, the length is 15 and the width is also added like 35, R1 and R2, and finally the area is also added, right? The area is also added. Got it? Understood, right? Okay. So now, right? Okay. So now,
so දැන් ඒ ෆන්ක්ෂන් එක දීලා ගත්තාම ආර්ට් දැන් අපිට length දෙක add වෙලා තියෙනවා, width දෙක add වෙලා තියෙනවා, areas දෙකත් add වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඒතර ඒක අලුත් rectangle එකක් නෙමෙයි, අර addition එක විතරයි නේද අර සර් ඇඳලා පෙන්නන හැමතිස්සෙම rectangle එකක් ආවට area දෙක ඉන්නේ නැහැ නේද සර්? එතනදී. සර් දැන් R1 R2 R3 කියන ඊළඟට addition එකත් rectangle එකක් විතර ඇඳලා ඒකේ ඒරියා එක එන්නේ අර දෙකේ ඇරිත්මැටික් ඇඩිෂන් එක විතරයි. දැන් ඒක 15/35 නම් ඒරියා එක 525 වෙන්න ඕන. නමුත් එන්නේ මේ දෙකේ ඒරියා දෙක ඇඩ් දෙක විතරයි. ඒ රන් කරලා අපෝ රිසල්ට් එක ගන්නකො සර්.
okay දැන්
length is okay. 10/5 is okay. 15 20/15 is 35. It's okay. Then that area to be
yeah
15/35.
yeah, what happens if we add these two? I mean multiply these, it isn't මේක නෙමෙයි දෙන්නේ.
It's 525.
නෑ නේද, ඊට වඩා වැඩි වෙන්න ඕන නේද? Oh, right. Thanking for, I mean, yeah, that
It's
means
not a rectangle, but the addition is there.
yeah, addition is there. So the you know, I think I can understand what you mentioned here, right? That means it's like I mean not theoretically, but program wise it's okay what we have done, but if we take the real world example, it doesn't add to some kind of a new rectangle. That's what you say, right?
Yes.
Oh, හරි හොඳ පොයින්ට් එකක්. මේක ඇත්තටම මෙහෙමයි. දැන් අපි අලුතෙන් හැදෙන රෙක්ටැන්ගල් එකේ ඒරියාස් දෙක එකතු කළාට මේක හරියන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද දැන් මෙතන 200යි මෙතන 75යි 275යි. හැබැයි 275 ඒරියා එක, හැබැයි අලුතෙන් හැදෙන රෙක්ටැන්ගල් එකේ length එකයි width එකයි කීයද? ඒක
525.
ඔව් 15යි 35යි වෙනවා. එතකොට මේක ගුණ කළාම 500 ගණනක් එන්න ඕනේ නේද?
525 sir.
ඔව් 525 එන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට හරි මටත් ඔච්චකල් ලෝක තේරුන්නේ නැහැ, right? එතකොට මේ දෙක ඇඩ් කළා කියලා ඒරියාස් දෙක එකතු වෙන්නේ නැහැ. right? ඒරියාස් දෙක ඇඩ් කළා කියලා හරි ඒරියා එක එන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ කියන්නේ කම්බයින් වෙලා හැදෙන එකේ එක නෙමෙයි එන්නේ නේද?
ඒක rectangle එකක් නෙමෙයි ඇඩ් වෙලා එන එක.
ඔව් රෙක්ටැන්ගල් එකක් නෙමෙයි ඇඩ් වෙලා එන්නේ. නිකන් දෙක එකට එකතු වෙලා නිකන් කම්බයින් එකක් හැදෙනවා වගේ නේද?
addition එකක් එනවා විතරයි. උත්තර දෙයක් එකතු කරනවා විතරයි sir.
ඔව් එතකොට හරි හොඳයි. එහෙනම් අපි මෙහෙම කරමු. right? මේක මෙහෙම නොකර අපි දැන් මෙහෙම කරනවානේ. හරි length එකයි width එකයි හදලා තියෙනවා. ඒරියා එකට ඒරියා එක එකතු කරන්නේ නැතුව අපි අලුත් එකේ ඒරියා එක කැල්කියුලේට් කරමු. කොහොමද කරන්නේ? ඔයාලට මෙහෙම කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. දැන් මෙහෙම රන් කළොත් එහෙම හරි. මට කියන්න දැන් මෙහෙම රන් කළොත් එහෙම ඒරියා එක කීයද? R1 ගේ අලුතෙන් එන R1 ගේ ඒරියා එක කීයද? මම මේ කමෙන්ට් අවුට් කළා. දැන් R1 ගේ ඒරියා එක කීයද? මම ඒරියා එක ඇඩ් කරේ නැත්නම් R1 ගේ ඒරියා එක කීයද දැන්?
ඒත් කලින් R1 ගේ තිබිච්ච ඒරියා එකම නේ.
හරියටම හරි. කලින් තිබ්බ එකමයි. ඒ කියන්නේ normal R1 ගේ ඒරියා එක එන්නේ දැන් නේ. හරියටම හරි 200 එන්නේ නේ. හරියටම හරි කිව්ව විදිහට 200 තමයි එන්නේ. right? ඉතින් ඕක බොහොම සරලව ඔයාලට අලුතෙන් R1 එක කැල්කියුලේට් කරගන්න පුළුවන් නේද? ඒ කියන්නේ R1 ගේ අලුත් ඒ දැන් length එකයි width එකයි වෙලා තියෙනවනේ. ඒක හරි 10යි 15යි 15 වෙලා තියලා 20යි 15යි 35 වෙලා තියෙන ඒරියා එක කලින් ඒරියා එක. මොකද අපි ඒරියා එක ඇඩ් කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඉතින් ඔයාලට මොකද කරන්න පුළුවන්? ඕනනම් මේ ඇඩ් එකට කළාට පස්සේ ආයෙ පාරක් R1 ගේ ඒරියා එක කැල්කියුලේට් කරන්න පුළුවන්. right? R1 ගේ ඒරියා එක කැල්කියුලේට් කරන්න පුළුවන් ආයෙ පාරක්. දැන් length එකයි width එකයි දැන් ඇඩ් වෙලානේ තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට දැන් කැල් ඒරියා කළාම මොකද වෙන්නේ? දැන් හරි. දැන් හරි නේද? එතකොට අපි R1 ට R2 ඇඩ් කරනකොට මොනවද ඇඩ් වෙන්නේ? මේ දෙන්න විතරයි. length එකයි width එකයි විතරයි ඇඩ් වෙන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ මම අලුතෙන් ආපහු කැල් ඒරියා කරනවා. එතකොට හරියට ඒරියා කැල්කියුලේට් වෙනවා. got it? ඇයි අර දෙක ඇඩ් කළාට පස්සේ ආය පාරක් මම R1 ගේ ඒරියා එක අලුතෙන් කැල්කියුලේට් කරනවා. එතකොට දැන් වැඩි වෙන්නේ
basic properties විතරයි අපි ඇඩ් කරලා හදාගන්න. එකෙන් ගන්න calculations අමුතුවෙන් ආයෙ කරන්න ඕනේ.
ඔව්. එතකොට දැන් මෙතන
property එක use කරනකොට ඒක වෙනම calculate කරන්න ඕනේ ආයෙ.
ඔව්. එතකොට දැන් මෙතන length එකයි width එකයි දැන් අලුතෙන් length එකයි width එකයි තමයි දැන් ඒරියා එකට එන්නේ. මේක කෝල් කළාම අපි ඇඩ් කළාට පස්සේනේ කෝල් කරන්නේ අලුතෙන් length එකයි width එකයි ඇඩ් කළාට පස්සේ තමයි මේක කෝල් කරන්නේ. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? length එකයි area එකයි අලුත් දෙක ගුණ වෙලා අලුත් area එක calculate කරන එක තමයි ඔයාලට මෙහෙම පෙන්නන්නේ. තුන්වෙනි එකේ පෙන්නන්නේ. හැබැයි මෙහෙම නැතුව automatically මේ area එක calculate කරන්න පුළුවන්. මෙහෙම කරන්නේ නැතුව. right? මට මෙතන කරන්න පුළුවන් මේ. හරි. හරි මම පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්න මට කියන්න. හරි මම කෝල් කරන්නේ r1.add r2. ඒ කියන්නේ මම යන්නේ r1 ගේ ඇතුළටනේ හරි නේද? I'm going inside the r1 by taking r2. r2 අරගෙන මම r1 ගේ ඇතුළට යනවා. right? මම මෙතන r1 ගේ ඇතුළේ ඉන්නේ. හරි. length එකයි width එකයි එකතු කරලා ඒ කියන්නේ r1 ගේ length එකට r1 ගේ length එකට r2 ගේ length එක එකතු කරලා r1 ගේ length එකට දා ගන්නවා. R1 ගේ length එකට width එකට R2 ගේ width එකතු කරලා R2 ගේ width එකට දා ගන්නවා. හරි. මෙහෙම කළාට පස්සේ මට පුළුවන්ද මම කොහොමද මෙන්න මෙතන මට area calculate කරන්න පුළුවන්ද?
තනස area is equal to length into width කියලා දුන්නොත් හරියන්නේ නැහැ.
ඒත් හරියටම හරි. right? ඒකත් හරියටම හරි. මොකද මේ area කියන්නේ කාගේ area එකද? R1 ගේ ඇතුළේ ඔව් මේ ඉන්නේ R1 ගේ ඇතුළේ ඉන්න හින්දා මේ කියන්නේ area කියලා මෙතන නිකන් කිව්වොත් R1 ගේ area එක මේ නේද? එතකොට ඔයාලට මෙහෙම කළා නම් හරි මෙතන මේ
length into width කියලා දැම්මොත් හැබැයි එතකොට අර උඩින් අපි ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකේදී area එක දීපු එක නෙමෙයි උතන්ට ගන්න.
මොකද්ද?
ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකට ආය යන්නේ නැහැ නේද?
නෑ ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකට යන්නේ නෑ ආයෙ මැනුවලි කරන්නේ. It's like doing it manually. manually calculate කරනවා. ඉතින් අපි මෙහෙම කළොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ? හරි ඔයා කියන එක හරියටම හරි දැන් මේ නුවන් කියන එක හරියටම හරි. මෙතන අර ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකට කෝල් නොකර manually අපි ආයෙ පාරක් manual equation එක දාලා හොයනවා. වැඩේ හරි මේ කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. The expected answer is here. Right? The expected answer is here. But thing is okay. Why can't we do it like this? මේක වැරදි අපි කලින් කරපු එක වැරදි. right? මට පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න මේක මට හරියට එනවද කියලා බලන්න ඕනේ. sorry cal area. මට මේක වැඩ කරනවද කියලා මම ඉස්සෙල්ලා බලලා ඉන්නම් මොකද මට හරියටම ෂුවර් නෑ. යා. හරි. දැන් මේ cal හරි මම ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහන්නම් ආපහු. R1 ගේ ඇතුලේ අපි ඉන්නේ. We are inside the R1, right? Inside R1, if I call cal area just like cal area, එයා call කරන්නේ කාගේ cal area එකටද? We are inside R1 add. අපි ඉන්නේ R1 ගේ ඇතුලේ දැන් R1.add කියලා call කළාම යන්නේ R1 ගේ add එක ඇතුලට. R1 ගේ add එක ඇතුලේ මම call කළොත් එහෙම cal area කියලා මේ කාටද call කරන්නේ? නිකන් මම cal area කියලා call කරනවා. කාටද call කරන්නේ? කාගේ cal area එකටද? Yes. කාගේ cal area එකටද call කරන්නේ?
R1.
Yes, R1 ඉතින් ඇයි මේ මේක අහද්දි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෑ නෙමෙයි. R1 ගේ ඇතුලේ length කිව්වහම R1 ගේ length එක. R1 ගේ ඇතුලේ width කිව්වහම R1 ගේ width එක. එහෙනම් R1 ඇතුලේ cal area කිව්වහම R1 ගේ cal area එකට call කරනවා. එතකොට අර කලින් නුවන් කිව්වා වගේ දැන් මෙතන මෙහෙම කරන්න ඕනේ නෑ. manually ආපහු equation එක දාන්න ඕනේ නෑ. ඒක කරන එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා අපිට දැන්ට already මේ. ඉතින් යාට මම call කරනවා මේ. නිකන් මම cal area කියලා call කළොත් මොකක්ද ඒ call වෙන්නේ? කාගේ cal area එකද? තමන්ගේ R1 ගේ cal area. මොකද R1 ගේ ඇතුලේ ඉන්නකොට cal area කියලා නිකන් call කරද්දි දැන් length කියලා නිකන් call කරද්දි අපි හැම වෙලේම R1 length R2 width ඒ වගේ R1 cal area කියලා call කරන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. මොකද අපි R1 ඇතුලේ ඉන්නේ දැන්. R1 ඇතුලේදී නිකන් cal area කියලා call කළාම call වෙන්නේ අපේ සාමාන්‍ය cal area එකට. ඉතින් එයාට call වෙනවා කියන්නේ මොකද්ද? අපි මේ equation එක manually දාන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. ඒ equation එකම execute වෙනවා මෙතන. Area equal length into width. So the same equation will be executed when you call it, right? So now what happens? These two are added and the new area is calculated, right? The new area will be calculated. So this is another option, a very good option, right? So thank you for pointing this out. So I did the wrong thing earlier, like adding the areas together. Adding two areas together won't add the won't create a combined object, right? It won't create a combined object. Right? But here now it works fine. Okay, I hope you understood. Thank you for very much, right? And yeah, this one. Okay. So now, right? Okay, now you know what happens here. Here simply what happens, R1 dot add R2. So R2 properties or the attributes are added to R1. So that's what we do simply, right? R1 give add kalla R1 to the, sorry, R2 give add kalla R2 give add kalla R1 to the right? Okay. So here in this one, a bit different thing is as mentioned here, right? So let's see. So same thing, everything is same, like we have the rectangle constructor and we have the cal area method, right? And we have the add method, but the add method is bit different here, right? Okay, so let's see. Rectangle float constructor should take the width and the length of a given rectangle and save it in the width and length data members respectively. Okay, done. This is done. We did it. And the cal area simply calculate the area of a rectangle respectively using the width and the length data members. Okay, done. That's also done. Fine, right? And here a new thing, right? Implement the add rectangle member function in order to add the rectangle object passed as the member and current rectangle object and return the combined rectangle object as shown in figure 7. Note that when two rectangle objects are added, when the two rectangle objects are added, their height, width, and length and the area data member should be added appropriately. Okay, now පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස් දැන් මෙතන මේ මම පොඩ්ඩක් ඔයාලට වෙනස පෙන්වන්නම්කෝ මේ. දැන් මෙතන තියෙන්නේ කොහොමද ෆන්ක්ෂන් එක? void add rectangle. Void add rectangle. So it means this function returns what? Huh? මේ function එකේ return එක මොකක්ද? Yes. What's the return of this function?
Void.
Void. That means what? Return nothing, right? No return. Void return කියලා කියන්නේ no return. You know that, right? It's simply no return. We return nothing. අපි function එකෙන් එළියට මුකුත් යවන්නේ නැහැ. That's what you call void. We discussed this on the fundamentals, right? So I mean, like when we declare functions, when we learn functions, we discuss about these things, right? The return type of a function. So simply what happens here is that we don't yeah, so we simply returns nothing from this, right? But here a bit different thing, right? A bit different thing. Implement the rectangle add rectangle now. Okay, so as you can see, this method simply returns what? මේ ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකේ මොකද්ද රිටර්න් කරන්නේ? මොකක් හරි රිටර්න් කරනවා. මොකද්ද රිටර්න් කරන්නේ? Yes. මොකද රිටර්න් කරන්නේ? ඔයා දන්න සාමාන්‍ය ෆන්ක්ෂන් එකක හැම වෙලේම තියෙන්නේ return type එක ඉස්සෙල්ලාම. Right? Return type, function name and the parameters. You know these things, right? Very fundamental things. So what's the return type here? Huh? What's the return type? මොකද return type එකේ return type එක තමයි ඉස්සෙල්ලාම තියෙන්නේ. return type එක තමයි rectangle, right? ඒ කියන්නේ මේ function එකෙන් අවසානට return කරනවා rectangle object එකක්. ඒකයි මේකෙන් කියවෙන්නේ. නේද? දැන් අපි බොහොම පරණ කෝඩ් එකක් බලමු බැරි වෙලාවක් තියනවද කියලා week 7 වගේ. right මේ බලන්න මේ function එක මොකද්ද මේ? return int. දැන් මේ අර අපි maximum එක return කරන්න හදපු function එකක්. මේ අර අපි කලින් කරපු example එකක්. right? අපි මොකක් හරි maximum එකක් maximum එකක් return කරන්න හදපු function එකක්. right? ඒක මොකද්ද මේකේ වෙන්නේ? මෙතන මේ ඇයි මේ return type එක int කියලා දාලා තියෙන්නේ? එයා return කරන අවසානට integer එකක්. ඒකයි මේ. So this is the first keyword of function definition, right? Will be the return type of that function, right? Simply the return type of that function. So what happens here simply, when you define the function like this, it simply says, okay, at the end of this function, it returns an integer. මොකක් integer value එකක් මේ function එකෙන් return කරනවා. ඒක තමයි ඔය function return එකෙන් කියන්නේ, right? එතකොට දැන් අපි බැලුවොත් එහෙම මේක මෙයාට මොකද්ද කරන්න කියලා තියෙන්නේ? right? You are asked to return a rectangle object. මේකේ rectangle object return කරන්න කියලා තියෙනවා. අපි බලමු මොකද්ද කියන්නේ කියලා. Implement දැන් කලින් තිබ්බ void add කියලා. Now we ask like void implement the rectangle add rectangle member function in order to add the rectangle object pass as the parameter and the current rectangle object and return the combined rectangle object as shown in 7. Right? ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙමයි. අර කලින් වගේම තමයි. හැබැයි කලින් කලේ එක මොකද්ද? කලින් කලේ r1.add r2 කිව්වහම මොකද උනේ? r1 ට r2 එකතු වෙන එක තමයි උනේ. හැබැයි මෙතන එහෙම නෙමෙයි කියන්නේ. r1.add r2 කිව්වහම r1 ව r2 ට එකතු කරලා අලුතෙන් එකක් හදන්න කියලා. අලුත් ඔබ්ජෙක්ට් එකක් හදන්න කියනවා. right? ඒ කියන්නේ හරියට මේ වගේ. දැන් මෙහෙම නෙමෙයි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. right? r1.add r2, right? Right? So it's like this rectangle r3, right? And r3 equals r1.add r2. තේරෙනවද? r1 ට r2 එකතු කරලා r3 ට දාගන්න කියනවා. ඒකයි දැන් this is a function, you know, this is a a member function, right? This is a member function. What I mean by a member function is simply when there is a member function, what happens when you pass this kind of object to the member function, what simply happens is that this object will be passed here, right? And to the r1 thing, and then right, so what you are asked to do is get a return a rectangle return, right? එතකොට තමයි මෙතන rectangle වෙන්නේ එකයි. void නෙමෙයි දැන් return කරනවා. So that means here it's like this. Rectangle add rectangle. So now it says, okay, add the function return a rectangle object. Function එකෙන් අවසානට අර add කරපු අලුතෙන් rectangle object එකක් හදලා ඒ rectangle object එක return කරන්න. අලුත් rectangle object එකක්. ඒ කියන්නේ මෙහෙම දැන් මේ ඔක්කොම void කියන එක rectangle කියන එකට වෙනස් වෙන්න ඕනේ. මෙතනත් අපි rectangle දාගන්නවා. right? දැන් මේ පහටලා ගන්න එපා rectangle add rectangle. void තිබ්බ එක තමයි my return type. So return type is changed to rectangle. So that's the only thing that I have done here, right? Okay. So what happens now? Here you asked to do something like this, a bit different thing, right? Implement the rectangle add rectangle member function in order to add the rectangle object pass as the parameter and the current rectangle object and return the combined rectangle object, right? So මේ දෙක එකතු කරලා අලුත් rectangle object එකක් හදලා ඒකට තමයි return කරන්න කියන්නේ. ඉතින් අපි කරමු මේ. So I'm going to create a new rectangle object. New rect, let's say new rectangle, right? New rectangle, right? So I created a new rectangle object, and here instead of adding the length into the R1 length, I add it to the new rectangle length, right? This rectangle, and here also I add the width to the new rectangle object's width, right? And I call the new rectangle cal area to get the new area, right? Finally, what I'll do, I return the new rectangle object, right? Then confusing, right? This is a bit confusing, I know, right? But anyway, let's see. I'm not also sure whether this is giving the correct answer, but let us run it and see. Yeah, I think we have to include the default constructor. We haven't included the default constructor here. Only the parameterized constructor. The parameterized constructor එකක් විතරයි දාලා තියෙන, default constructor එකක් දාලා නැහැ මෙයාට. Now let's see. Right? Okay, the same answer, right? But the thing here, can you see? Now, if you print the R1 print details, right? R1 print details, the R1 remains the same, right? R1 ට කිසි වෙනසක් වෙලා නැහැ බලන්න. දැන් අපි R1 ගේ print details බැලුවොත් එහෙම R1 ට කිසි වෙනසක් නැහැ. R1 තිබ්බ විදිහටම තියෙනවා, right? So R1's remains as the same, which was earlier, right? R1 වල කලින් තිබ්බ විදිහටම තමයි තියෙන්නේ. Right? So now, but here, like what we did was, we create a new rectangle called R3, and we add R1 and R2 together. We call the R1 dot add R2, and we take the new rectangle into this R3, right? So when you print R3, now what happens? A new rectangle is created called R3. So you can see R3 is simply the addition of those two objects, right? Okay, so what this simply does, right? What this simply does is that we pass two rectangle objects, and we call it like R1 dot add R2. So what happens? R2 goes here, right? R2 comes here. Then R2 we call it like R1.add. R1.add. We call it like R1.add. That means we are inside the R1, right? So that means we are inside the R1. අපි R1 එකේ ඇතුලේ තමයි ඉන්නේ. මොකද R1.add කියන්නේ. ඒතර මේ length කියන්නේ R1 ගේ length එක. rect length කියලා කියන්නේ R2 ගේ length එක. මේ දෙක එකතු කරලා අලුතෙන් හදාගන්න rectangle object එක අපි හදාගන්නවා ඒ function එක ඇතුලේ, right? So we create a new rectangle object inside that function. And this rectangle object's length, we assign the addition of the R1 and R2 length into the new rectangle's length, right? The newly created rectangle object's length. And also similarly, the width and the R1 width and R2 width, the addition of them is assigned to the new rectangle width as well, right? And finally what we do, since these length and widths are assigned, we call this new rectangle cal area, right? May new rectangle එකේ cal area එක call කරනවා. එතකොට මේ length එක මේ width එකෙන් ගුණ වෙලා, right? So finally we have a combined rectangle object simply which has kind of like the length and width. Then we call it the cal area. So cal area will be calculated, and finally the combined object, so which this new rectangle, the length, the new rectangle එක length එක assign වෙලා තියෙනවා, width එක assign වෙලා තියෙනවා, area එක assign වෙලා තියෙනවා. So finally we return it from here, right? We return it from here. So what happens here? Simply now you pass it here, right? And R1 inside this one, R1 and R3, R2 will be like combined, and it will be added to the new rectangle, right? New rectangle. So simply it's like something like this. I mean, we can think it like this. We can think it like this: new rectangle equals R1 plus R2. So we add those two together, and finally we return it to R3 method. Right? We return it back to R3. So R3 will become now the addition of the R1 and R2. Right? The addition of R1 and R2. So when you print the R3 print details, so it simply shows you the addition of R1 and R2, and the R3 is like the combined object which has the combined length, combined width, and finally the area. Right? So that's how it happens simply, right? Now the thing here is that what you have to understand here, right? The fundamental thing, right? The fundamental thing is that if you compare this with the earlier one, කලින් එකත් එක්ක මේක compare කරලා බැලුවොත්, right? The earlier one, what simply like it's void rectangle, sorry, and what it simply does, we call it like it's not returning anything. ඒක return නැහැ, void නේ. එතකොට අපිට මොකුත් ගන්න බෑ, return කරන්න නැහැ නේ. අපි මොකුත් ගන්නෙ නැහැ. But what we do here, we pass R1, we call the R1 dot add. That means we call the addition function of R2. The addition function of R2, right? The addition function of R2, and we take it here R2, and now R1 length is added to R2 length and assign it to R1 length. Then R1 length එක R2 ගේ length එකට add කරනවා, R1 ගේ length එකට තමයි දාගන්නේ. R1 ගේ width එක R1 ගේ width එක R2 ගේ width එකට R1 ගේ width එක තමයි දාගන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ R1 ගේ cal area එකම තමයි අපි call කරන්නේ. තේරෙනවද? R1 ට තමයි R2 add වෙන්නේ. හැබැයි මෙතන bit different, right? So we call like, okay, R1 dot add R2. So here R2 comes here, and we add the R1 length, and we add the R2 length, and we assign it to a length of a new rectangle object, another rectangle object, right? So R1 length is added with the new, R2, R1 length is added with the R2 length, and it is assigned to what? It is assigned to another rectangle object's length, similarly width, and that new rectangle's area is calculated. So finally, we return this rectangle and it will be assigned here, right? It is assigned here to the R3, right? And then the R3 pin details is called simply, right? Now, can you understand the difference between two things, right? The same thing, same kind of a thing, but bit different, right? So some minor differences are there, so that makes these two examples very different when compared to each other, right? But very small differences are there, right? Very minor differences are there. Understood, right? So got the idea. Right? Okay, so then in order to concrete this idea, we have another example. So let us try that one as well. This one. So let me first add these two into your location. Okay, so in this question, what you are given, right? Another example, right? Another example of a similar example, a similar kind of example, right? So where you are asked to implement point 3D and point 3D CPP files for a class called point 3D. Did we discuss this one? No, right? I mean, discuss kara. Mega discuss kara kali. Can anyone remember? Discuss kala da nadda? Matakada? No, right? Okay. Right. Okay. So let's then do this example, right? So we are asked to create implement point 3D and point 3D CPP files for a class called point 3D for the purpose of holding x, y, z coordinate of a point in 3D space using the following class declaration. So it simply says, okay, create a class called point 3D, right, for the purpose of holding x and y coordinates of a point in three-dimensional space by using the following class declaration. Okay, so you know that you have three data members තුනක් තියෙනවා px py pz කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ construct එක තියෙනවා point 3d කියන construct එක. ඊට පස්සේ float distance කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, point details කියලා එකක් තියෙනවා, right? Okay, so we will go through each and every one, right? Okay, so the data members px pz and py. අර සාමාන්‍යයෙන් 3D space එක point එකක details ටික තියාගන්න තමයි මේක හදන්න කියන්නේ. දන්නවද නේද? මේ වගේ තියෙන point එක xyz වල තියෙන x coordinate එක, y coordinate එක සහ z coordinate එක තමයි මෙයාට මේ සේව් කරගන්න ඕන කියලා කියන්නේ මේක. පොයින්ට් එකේ මොකක් හරි 3D ස්පේස් එක පොයින්ට් එක xyz coordinates ටික. Right? The coordinates xyz coordinates. Right? Okay. So yes. Right. So px data member simply holds the xy coordinates of the point and py holds the y coordinate of the point, pz holds the z coordinates of the point, right? එතකොට මෙයාගේ data members, only three data members are there, and a single constructor is there, and distance, I mean, we will talk about these things later, but for now, that's what you have, right? Okay, so then we will go to this one and let us together implement this example, right? Okay, so you are asked to, the first one you are asked to implement it like this. Point 3D in constructor should take xy and z coordinates of a given point in 3D-dimensional space and save them in px, py, and pz data members respectively. Right? Understood? Right. එහෙනම් points 3D කියන එක තුන් දෙනෙක්ව ගන්න ඕනේ, right? xyz අරගෙන ඒ තුන් දෙනාව px, py, pz වලට දාගන්න ඕනේ. Right? Okay, I think you can remember, I think you can see what we need to do here, right? So let me get a new file. Point 3D කියලා අපි දැන්ට හදමු මේක. මම එකම ෆයිල් එක හදාගෙන යන්න. I'm going to create everything in the same file. Point 3D. Okay. So what are the private members here? මොනවද තියෙන private members කියන්න බෑ. Okay. Um, give me a second. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. So now what you are asked to do. Okay, point 3D constructor should take x, y, z coordinate of a point 3D space and save them in px, py, and pz data member respectively. Okay, before doing it that, what are the private data members here? Should be declared as private, yes. Yes, what are the data members should be declared private here? Any idea?
PX, PY, and PZ.
Yes, exactly, right. So very fundamental thing. So float, let's say float px, float py, and float pz. And then we have the public data members, so you can directly copy it from here and paste it. So that's it, right? So the class definition, simply this is the class definition, right? Okay, so then the first one, you are asked to implement the constructor, right? So the constructor, you can remember the constructor, how we are going to points 3D, points 3D. So it's take, it takes 3 parameters, and here, okay, so you have to probably give some names here, like let's say x, y, and z. So simply then you know what to do. Px equals to x, py equals to y, and pz equals to z. Okay. So then the third one, we will implement the third one. No, third one. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, so we'll do it this and this, with this, and yeah. So here you are asked to the second one, implement the float distance point 3D. Now this is an important thing. You have to check it carefully here. Implement the float distance point 3D. That means definitely when this function is called, distance function is called, you have to pass a point 3D object. So that's what means by it. Now we have done this earlier as well in the rectangle example, you can remember, right? So here also similar thing, you are asked to find the, like when you are going to call the float distance function, it should calculate and return the distance between 3D points passed as the parameter and the current 3D point object in three-dimensional space using the Euclidean distance theory. So there's something to do here, right? So the purpose is something like this. Right? So in the sample code, the the expected usage, right? Expected functionality is given here. So it's like this. Okay, you can create two rectangle objects, right? And after creating two rectangle objects, simply what you are going to do, you want to get the distance between these two, right? For example, it's like this. This is a bit different here, but let me implement it here, and then you will probably understand what I'm trying to do here. The main function, sorry, not like this. This is wrong. It's like this: p1 dot add, sorry, p1 dot distance p2. Right, so this is the expected functionality, right? So this is the expected functionality. When you call like p1 dot distance p2, right? p1 dot distance p2. So you know the function name float distance. So that means float so this takes like points 3D. Okay, so the purpose now you can see p1 dot distance p2. So the expected implementation is like this: implement the float distance member function to calculate and return the distance between the 3D points passed as the parameter. That means p2 and the current 3D point. That means p1. So when you pass like, okay, p1 dot distance p2, the expected functionality of the function point 3D is to calculate the distance between these 2 points, right? And you have to calculate that distance, and finally you have to return the distance. That's why the float type return is there. Understood, right? So here it says calculate and return. So that's the most important thing that you have to grab here, right? So calculate and return. So that means you have to calculate the distance and return the distance. So if when you are going to return a distance, that's why the return type is given as float, right? That's why the return type is given as float. Understood, right? So how to calculate the distance? Now you know we call like p1 dot distance p2. So p2 will be coming into this pt object, whatever the object name you are going to put here, like pt, let's say. And with that, with the pt, between the pt and the current object, that means p1, you have to calculate the distance and return, right? So a simple guide on calculating the distance is given here. So you can see if you have 2 points in a data set, right, like this, p1 and probably p2, right? So let's say the the coordinates of those points are x, y, and z, right? X, y, and z, and p1 x1, y1, and z1, and p2, let's say x2, y2, and z2, right? So once those coordinates are known, I mean the x1, y1, and z1, you can use this theory. This is called the Euclidean distance theory, and this is kind of a extended version of the Pythagoras, right? The Pythagoras theory, extended version of the Pythagoras theory simply, right? So what it simply says, okay, get the difference between the two x coordinates and square it up, and get the difference between y coordinates to y coordinate and square them up, and get the difference between the z coordinates and square it up, right? Finally, get the sum of those squared error, right? Get the sum of those squared error and get the square root. So this simply gives you the distance. And I mean, you know, like if it is only x and y, this is called the Euclidean, right? So sorry, this is called the Pythagoras. So well-known Pythagoras distance, right? But when you have three objects, I mean three coordinates, then you can use this Euclidean distance, where you have to add, in addition to the xy differences and getting the square root, you are going to add the z as well, the z different as well. So then add them together and get the square root, and you are going to get the distance. So this is how we are going to calculate the distance once 2 points in the 3D space is given with the x and y and z coordinate, right? So you can use this one, get the square roots of both, I mean each x, y and z coordinates, add them up and get the square root. So that's how we are going to calculate the distance. So this is called the Euclidean distance method. Not relevant to our programming, but right. Okay. So in order to get the squares and square roots, we have a special library in C++ called math. Introduction to math. Let me simply and quickly explain you some functions available in math, right? So there's a math a function, I mean there's a library in C++ and as well as C, which is called math, right? Math.h, yeah, I think, I'm not sure, but anyway, let's see. Math.h, and this simply contains some values, I mean some functions like this. Okay, like you can use the function power, which gives you the power of a given number and base. Yeah, so can you see now what this simply gives? Right. So it gives like, okay, when you are going to provide 2 and, right, this is the function, and in order to use this function, the POW, the power function, in order to use this power function, you have to include this math library, right? So this math library has this function, right? You can't directly use it, you have to use this math library in order to get this function. And how we are going to, like, what's the definition when you are going to provide 2 and 3? So it gives you like this, right? 2 to the power 3. Right? Understood. So for example, if you provide 10 and 10 and 2, let's say, this should give you 100. Right? Understood. So now similarly, you can use there's the square root function as well, as I can remember. Let's see, sqrt. Not sure, but let's see whether it's available. Yeah. So sqrt simply, you know, right, the square root. It gives the simply square root. So using this sqrt and the right, the sqrt and the power function, you can implement this Euclidean distance, right? Okay. Right. So let's see, right? Okay. Now we pass into the P1 find, I mean P1 distance function, right? The P1 distance function, we pass the P2, right? So can we all together find the distance? Okay, so let me define a variable called dist, right? And can you give me the equation in order to calculate this distance? So let me write it like this. Okay, I mean, okay, P1, no. Okay, according to this equation, can someone or can you all uh, give me the equation I should apply here quickly? And finally, I have returned that distance. Yes, quickly, anyone? We can use the power function as well. Power and square root functions can be also used. Okay, let me help you. Okay, P1x. How we are going to get the P1x here? කොහොමද P1x ගන්නෙ? Yes, P1x. P1x minus P2x. Yes. කොහොමද P1 ගේ x හොයා ගන්න එතන? P1 ගේ x කොහොමද ගන්නෙ? Yes. Now you are inside P1, right? Inside P1, that means P1 distance. So you call like P1 distance. That means you are inside the P1 thing. I mean the P1 object, right? So then how we are going to access the x coordinate? Quickly. කොහොමද P1 ගේ x coordinate එක? Okay, finally we have answer. Let's see. Not P1x. Not P1x. Why? Why? Now you are inside P1, right? P1 dot distance. That means what? You are inside P1. So inside P1, how to refer, I mean x?
Px.
Just Px, right? Yes, exactly. Just Px. Px minus P2. How we are going to define P2 inside this one? So P2 is passed to PT here. Yes.
Pt.
Huh? PT.
Pt.
PT dot. Yes, PT dot. PT dot. හරි PT කියන්නේ P2 හරි එහෙනම් PT ගේ මොකක්ද?
Px.
Yes, Px. Right? Then get the square of it. Get the square of it. Right? Similarly, right? Similarly, Py, Pty. And similarly, what? Pz, Ptz. Get the square values, right? And then finally what you have to do? The whole thing, get the square root. Right? The whole thing, you have to get the square root. That's it, right? And in order to use the SQRT and the power, you have to include the what math. Okay, so let's substitute these values and check whether we are getting a correct distance. I'm not sure, but anyway, let's see. Semicolon is missing. points 3D, right? The points 3D. Also here, points 3D, right? Okay, so finally, okay, so here, yeah, a semicolon is missing, that's all. I think now it should be executed. Points 3D, it should be D capital. Yeah, so finally you are getting an answer. I'm not sure whether this is correct, but I hope that it's correct, right? So that calculates the distance using the Euclidean distance between these 2 points, right? Understood, right? Okay, so since it's already 3:35, I will stop from here, right? So I will upload the video as well as I will upload this material into your folder as well. So please go through that. And the remaining part of this one, and I will explain the same thing again on the next session, right? So here we have another part of this one, and I will explain the same. And the today, what we explained today will be also explained. So we will deal with this on the next day, right? So if you have any questions, you can ask before winding up the session. And please let me know whether about the possibility of conducting the class tomorrow after 3:30. And as I mentioned, so we have like 2 sessions more in C++. Then we are going to move on to directly to the mic controlling part. So, okay. So any questions from your side? Anything to be clarified? Okay, then. So hope that you don't have any questions. And therefore, thank you very much. And we will meet on next session, right? Have a good day. Right. So let me wind up the session, right? So you don't have any questions. Okay. So thank you very much. And we will meet on next time.
Sir, excuse me. At 3:30, 5:30, okay, sir.
Okay. Okay. So then we will then do the session, right? Okay.